Hello and welcome. As you probably guessed, I am MotherAzure, but you can also call me Maria. I am back again with another Pico card, and this video was really interesting because the topic just came to me one night. I don't even remember what I was doing. I was like, okay, so that's my next video. So we're gonna be looking at someone who wants to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you, and from my understanding, that means an honest conversation where they're talking about everything that may be bothering them or anything on their mind. It's like a completely unfiltered conversation, in my opinion. That's what that means. So I know that many people are probably gonna come here for like love because of the heart-to-heart thing. This reading is not specifically supposed to be about love. There could be basically any person. I would encourage you to maybe also pick several piles if you have several people in mind. Maybe see if they come up. Like if you see a pile and you know right here and you go like, oh, I think this is from this person, I think you should probably do that. But we'll see how that goes because I've never done this topic before. So that should be interesting. So as you saw me shuffle in the beginning, these are some oracle that I'm going to be using. This is the Liminal Spirits Oracle, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't really use it a lot in these readings. So it's time to shine now. And we're also going to be using the Antique Anatomy Tarot just to see what it is that they actually want to talk about. See if I can give you some hints before they actually talk to you. If they're going to, if they're ever going to decide to talk about it at all. All right. So without further ado, let's get into your pile. So for pile 1, you have the clover. For pile 2, you have the tree. And for pile 3, you have the seashell. Hello, if you be pile 1 with the clover, that is your reading. So before I start your reading, I just want to mention this because I actually mentioned this in my last video in the pile that had the shamrock. Also, people know it as clover. It was really interesting to me because I learned about the difference between clovers and shamrocks. And I explained it in that video. I heard about it on Clara Goodchild's Memento Mori podcast. So I would really recommend you look into that. It's an amazing podcast. But after I learned about it and I talked about it in that video, I was walking outside and this was on the ground and I picked it up. So this is a clover. This one is actually a 4-leaf clover. And I think that's very interesting. If you feel like this is like a specific sign for you, maybe watch my last video in the pile that has a shamrock because it's super fucking interesting that it's a weird synchronicity in my opinion, and I think it deserves attention. Right? So as you saw me pick, like, not pick, I just simply shook the my charm tray. The reason I did that and I didn't just place things on the cards is because I wanted to interpret the charm a little bit just to get a little bit of who this person is. So the clover in itself represents luck, and I've also heard protection. It's such a rare find that it usually signifies some sort of abundance or unique opportunity coming into your life. So this person, they may be very eye-catching to you in some way because it's a little bit cliche, but there are people that you look at them and you're like, oh, you're not like most other people I meet, like very like I'm not like other girls type of stuff, but not in like a negative way. It's just that this person may stand out a lot to you or vice versa. So there's this element of rarity in whatever connection you have to this person. So I'm going to look at who this person is using this card, and then I'm going to shuffle to see what type of conversation they want to have. But that's very interesting to me. So you got mugwort. So I'm not going to be interpreting this according to the book because I am interpreting this as if it was a person. So I'm just going to get like the vibe of the card. And this card truly, it has always given me this kind of playful energy because you see the plant and the eyes kind of hiding behind the plant, but it doesn't feel evil. It doesn't feel negative. It feels very playful. So this person could be someone who doesn't necessarily like to be in the spotlight, and maybe that's why they're so strange maybe to you, or so eye-catching, even though they may be trying to do the opposite, or again vice versa, because I just but I'm pretty sure I'm talking about them. This could be also how they feel about you, though. This person kind of watches from the sidelines. I just heard, like, coaches don't play, so they may be someone who is the type of person that other people go to, go for advice on things that maybe from an outsider point of view, it wouldn't make sense to go to them to ask for things. So, for example, maybe this person is someone who gives their friends specifically advice regarding relationships, but when it comes to relationships, they don't get into any, or they have commitment issues or anything like that, but they actually give really good advice for relationships. So they give me that that vibe. Also, this person, sorry, that was me. This person may actually have shown up in your dreams recently. So if someone that you know in your life that is similar to what I'm describing recently showed up in your dreams, it's that person. Oh my god, I keep just pushing it. Calm down, Maria. So it really gives me this, I'm seeing kind of like, if you have ever watched Bram Stoker's Dracula, like the adaptation by Francis Ford Coppola. I don't remember how to pronounce his last name. I apologize. That energy that Dracula has around him in the movie, where he's like this very mysterious person who just pops up in specific places. They may be kind of sneaky, and I don't mean this in a bad way. You may just feel like they are everywhere that you are, or you are minding your business and suddenly you see them and you didn't realize they were there. Something like that. For some of you, I'm hearing like this person may play an instrument, specifically the guitar or some type of chord instrument, like maybe a bass, a harp even. That's interesting. A harp is not like a very common instrument that most people play. Just a string instrument of some sort. And I keep seeing someone wearing a hat, not a top hat, it's also not a cowboy hat. Those hats that Johnny Depp used to wear or wears, that specific type of hat. I don't know the actual name for that style of hat. But that one specifically, that type of hat that's like wide brimmed, but doesn't have like a very high top. It just looks like, it's like very nice, very I don't even know how to explain it. I know exactly the hat that I'm seeing in my head, but I don't know the actual name for it. I'm seeing someone wearing that. So maybe this person wears hats or wears a hat specifically like that, or there's something very eye-catching about their head if they wear headpieces, or maybe even their hair. But I'm seeing the hat specifically. I know I heard senior. Maybe this person is older than you. Or if you're in college, maybe this person is a senior in college. And that's very interesting to me. So you got this is supposed to be like what they want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you about. What's interesting, that I feel like I don't get any indication of whether you know this person very well, which is interesting to me, because to me it feels like they again are in the sidelines, that they may not actually interact with you a lot at all. So it's interesting that they're coming up for a heart-to-heart conversation, which is an honest conversation. Because again, usually I feel like when you have a heart-to-heart conversation with someone, it's because you have a certain type of relationship with them. Either they're a very good friend, or they're someone who is interested in you romantically. This could be the case here. Or, even sometimes a family member that you're having issues with, stuff like that, like someone that you would actually have to sit down and talk to honestly. So that's very interesting to me. So let's see. So you got the Hermit. Let me get two more, please, to see what is it that they want to talk about, because this is very interesting. The Page of Wands. And the World. See, so I feel like for most of you, take this as it resonates. If this doesn't resonate for you, you feel free, feel free to pick another pile, because I really feel like this person is romantically interested in you in some way, or I feel like that's mostly the case. I feel like that's the case for most people. There's a small subset of people that may watch this that this person is not necessarily romantically interested. They just admire you in some way, and they see you as someone that can help them in some way. This could also be the case if they're romantically interested, but I get this energy here from the Hermit and then the Page of Wands that this person kind of wants to come out of their shell of this hermit mode that they've been living in. Like I said, they're pretty much in the background. They may be kind of like a wallflower and stuff like that. So maybe they see you and they think that you are more outgoing, or that you don't hide as much as them. So they kind of admire that and think that maybe you could help them in some way. If they're romantically interested, which I feel like it's the case for most of you, they clearly want to talk about that. But I don't think they're going to maybe straight up come out and say it, even though it's like a heart-to-heart conversation. They may try first to simply become a friend before they have this conversation with you, because this person does not strike me as someone who is impulsive. So even though they want to talk to you about this, they may not do so immediately. So especially if they don't know you very well, they're not simply gonna come out and be like, yo, I like you, let's go out. I don't think they'll do that, at least not too fast, because of the Hermit here. They seem to be much more slow moving. The Hermit has always given me that energy of being very paused in your steps, slow stepping, slow moving. So they want to talk to you about this, but this is like what they want to do in their head. It's not exactly what they're going to do, I think, because like I said, it doesn't feel to me that like they know you very well, or that they're too comfortable leaving their comfort zone, basically. So they're more comfortable when they are not being seen by anyone, when they don't have to approach anyone. This person really gives me like an art student type of vibe. I saw someone like carrying it looks like a portfolio to me, the ones that look like a little file that I'm seeing it black and they have like a lot of paper in there. Like I'm seeing this portfolio thing, and it's black and it has like the little cord thing that you move to one side to close it, but like all the paper, you can see the white paper kind of messy, a little bit messy around the edges, so like the paper is slightly outside of the portfolio, like they just picked things up quickly and they didn't care to organize it before they started going. So this person might have actually, like, if you have talked to them before a few times, they may have been pretty fidgety, pretty nervous around you, and they tried to leave pretty quickly. So they maybe picked up all the shit that they had in front of them and they were like, hey, I gotta go, and then they left. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Again, they really give me this art student vibe. If they're not a student, they're just a very artistic person who happens to not have the best social skills, which I feel like that's like a stereotype of artistic people, but that's not the case for all of them, but it kind of is for this person. So I feel like they want to talk to you about that because they want to come out of this like hermit mode. And with the Page of Wands, to me, that talks about some type of beginning of a journey. The pages are messengers, so but this I usually see them as signifying some type of travel, some type of movement, and with the page being in the suit of wands, I feel like to me it talks about going after their passions or just starting up something with a lot of energy. So which may not be something that they usually do. They may be, like I said, a lot slower. So I feel like they want to start something with you, and I have the World here. The World is seen as an ending, but I also see it as like a point of like the peak, like the very end of something, but like a very satisfying ending. I see it as a very positive card. So they may want to kind of see where things go with you, but they have an end goal. So I don't feel like they would talk to you about this without the intention of eventually having this heart-to-heart conversation with you. If they're going to move towards you, they will do so already with the goal in mind. They see you, I think, very positively, especially because I have the world here. They're showing me the world from the sexual magic tarot. That doesn't mean that they have like sexual feelings right now. They could, but and in that representation of the world, it's like a very a card that shows a lot of worship towards the other person. So again, I really do feel like they admire you, and they may, like, actually, when I mentioned the travel thing, they may want to even travel with you, which is very interesting. This is gonna be probably for like one person or two people, but you know how sometimes colleges, they do like these international trips to another university where they stay for a few months. So like, it's not really an exchange student. I don't even know what to call it. Like, my university had it for certain majors. So maybe if they're like a whatever major you are, maybe you have the same major, and you end up going on the same trip, which may open, doors for them to may provide them with an opportunity to talk to you and maybe get to know you a little bit better. But yeah, this person, I feel like they want to talk about. Actually, they may not come out and talk about their feelings straight away. They may talk to you about their passions first. Like, maybe that's something that they want to talk about, like things that you like to do, and to share artistic creations and techniques and tips, and stuff like that. Because again, this person is very heavily emphasizing, like, to me, artistic stuff. So they may come out and talk about that first, and then they may jump over and be honest about how they're feeling towards you. They may actually tell you, like, hey, I admire you a lot, and maybe that will eventually lead to something else in the future. But what I'm seeing right now as what they want to talk about is just to be honest, and that they admire you and they think you're super cool, and that they want to share whatever it is that they do with you, which is really interesting. Especially if this person is like a senior. I feel like usually you get younger students, like freshmen and sophomores, looking up to the seniors. So I don't know if you're younger. Like I said, I felt like this person is older than you. So that's an interesting dynamic to me. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything else here? I'm seeing a candle. Obviously, we have a candle here. But I'm seeing someone like physically lighting a candle. Which literally it signifies some type of beginning again, because we have the wands and that's fire. So I feel like they're almost like, maybe they're making a wish of some sort. Maybe they see you as like some type of wish fulfillment, or like such a bright person that they feel attracted to you. And again, that's not necessarily like a romantic way. It is for most of you, but it's like it's kind of like a moth to a flame type of stuff, where they it's like this magnetism, and they kind of can't resist it, but they don't want to come in too strong, So yeah, that's very interesting. I like them. They're interesting. So that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do love my updates about the channel over there, and also in my community tab. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello, for pal 2 with the 3 days you're reading. So I wanted to use like the charms for a little bit, just to get a little bit more about the person. Let's see who wants to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you. And the image that I got with, so usually this is a tree. Obviously, it's from a bracelet that I had, and it was like earthy it had like an earth related theme, so I know it's a tree, and not the other thing that I associate it with. I have a tendency to associate the this tree with neurons, like neurons in your brain. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to really take care of something. So this reminds me of a neuron like in your brain. Like if you look up a neuron, it's like this little, it looks like this little central thing with like a lot of like roots, you know, kind of like that sprouting out of it. And there's this thing called action potential, which is like when the neuron fires. But sometimes that it either fires or it doesn't fire. So like the neuron either like does its thing or it doesn't. Like there's no really any in between. And the image that I'm seeing when it comes to this person for some reason is that the neuron is about to fire, but it stops. So it doesn't actually fire, doesn't do anything. So this person may actually be quite stuck trying to talk to you. They may have been thinking about talking to you for a long time, but they may not feel capable of doing so, or they try to and they stop halfway. This may be someone who has tried to have this conversation with you before, but they chickened out at the last minute. So maybe they told you, hey, you want to come to like this cafe with me, you know, let's talk about this. And then when you get to the cafe, it's just like a normal talking thing and they don't actually say anything, or they, you know, pull you aside, and then when you're asking like, hey, what's up, what do you need, they're like, oh, nothing, how was your day? So like they chicken out which is super interesting. So if you know someone like that clearly, then this is for you. If not, feel free to pick another pile. We have 2 more. You can pick either of them. So let's look at the card that represents this person. You got the goat. I'm sorry, that's really funny. Because how what I'm saying is like they kind of chicken out. And what it got me thinking is like Capricorn, represented by the goat, is a very prideful sign, just like Leo. So they're very prideful, and I don't know why. Maybe they kind of chicken out because they feel like it kind of hurts their pride a little bit to talk to you about whatever this is. We're gonna see what it is in a second using the tarot. So I feel like they chicken out because, not because they can't find the right words or because they don't want to. It's like it gives them this kind of pit in their stomach where they're like, if I say this right now, I'm gonna, they almost feel like they're gonna be admitting defeat, which is interesting. So we're gonna see what it is that they want to talk about. But I don't know why I find that so funny. It's like they're so like, they give me like extreme, this energy of someone who acts one way but they think another thing, or they feel differently. So this may be the type of person that I feel maybe kind of mean to you sometimes, but them being mean is not because they hate you, it's because they kind of like you, but they don't know how to express that. So it's kind of like their actions give the wrong impression of what it is that they truly feel and want. And they don't know what to do about this because it's like they wouldn't allow themselves. I don't know why I'm hearing like stoop to that level. That's so fucking weird. I don't know. I can't decide if I like this person or not, because sometimes I get energy from people and I'm like, I don't like them. I don't know if I don't like this person. I just feel like they're really funny. I find them super funny. I don't know. Not because they may have like a great sense of humor or be really good at jokes. It's just that their energy, this way that that I'm seeing them, it's super funny to me, because I never understand people who act like this. But instead of being angry or maybe just like, what the fuck are you doing? To me, it's just funny that you can't get your shit together. So let's see, what is it that they want to talk about that has them feeling like this? Like, that's fucking weird. That's the 4 of Wands. I knew that there was going to be a lot about love in these files. Yeah, this is the Page of Cups. I just keep laughing because it's just so funny to me because they're like, I don't want to have feelings. I don't want to admit to the feelings. And that's hilarious. And the star. Oh my god. Okay. Four of Wands. A card about celebration and oftentimes signifies some type of marriage or partnership. And then you have the Page of Cups, which the page is obviously has a cup. So they have some feelings. That again, I think it's funny that you got the Page of Cups because, like I was saying, like this person doesn't want to admit to what they're truly feeling, so that's why they chicken out. If you look at the traditional like Rider-Waite's representation of the Page of Cups, you have the page. They're laughing, but they have a cup with a fish in it, and the fish is going crazy in there. And like it's gonna fall out at any moment. So I feel like this person seems very in control, but they're really not. They're a mess basically inside. So I feel like it's very safe to say this person has feelings for you, but they don't want to admit to them. If my friend picks this pile, I swear to God, let me know, girl. So they may be giving like an insane amount of mixed signals and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Or they may just simply not say anything. Like, you may give some indication that you kind of have an idea that they have feelings for you, but they shut up and they just either walk away or just stare. I don't know why I get the impression that they stare. It's like their response to this is freeze. Like they just don't move. Like, you know, like if I don't move, maybe they can't see me. I don't know why I get that feeling, but yeah. And so this person, it's like they really do want to talk about their feelings, but they don't at the same time. So on the one hand, they really want to just fucking stop being a chicken and walk up to you and tell you everything. But on the other hand, they don't want to do that because, again, to them it kind of feels like a defeat, and I don't know why. I don't know if they pretended to hate you in the beginning or if they promised themselves that they wouldn't have feelings for anyone else ever again, and they clearly failed at that. So to them, having this conversation and admitting to it would be a defeat, like a personal defeat. And it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them and whatever is going on in their life that caused them to feel like this is like a bad thing. But then you have the star. And the star is a card that has like a certain undertone of transformation, rejuvenation, healing, that type of stuff. So I feel like in a way they feel like they could, when they're not being stubborn as fuck and prideful, they feel like they could really have something with you. Like I said, the Four of Wands, it's like it represents some type of partnership, sometimes a wedding, right? And at least that's what I've learned about it, and that's how the card looks to me. I don't know if you're gonna find that in like a traditional explanation, but yeah. So they feel like they could actually build something with you, and maybe heal whatever it is that made them feel inadequate in the first place, or just so made them feel, or whatever made them feel so incapable of talking to you about this, or their issues, their commitment issues, their fear of intimacy, etc. I feel like I'm roasting them. I feel like if I talk to them about this, they would just stomp away because it will piss them off that I'm actually saying what their actual issues are. So this person is a piece of work, but it's kind of funny. I don't mean it in like a they're insufferable way. It's almost endearing, at least to me. The energy doesn't feel negative. So they know that they want some type of future with you, or at least they see you in it when they're not being I almost said a really bad word, so I'm not gonna say it. it's not a really bad word. I've said it before, but I feel like most people don't like this word, so I'm not gonna say it. Like, so when they're not being dumb, let's say dumb, they really feel like they could have something, you know, but that's what they would talk about if they allowed themselves to do this. So this is not part of the original like plan for the reading. I wasn't gonna ask in any way or try to get any information of what you on what you should do, but I keep seeing, I don't know if you're the masculine or the feminine or whatever in this dynamic, whatever you are, but I feel like, to be completely honest, because I'm seeing a woman, you don't have to be a woman, kind of kissing a guy, but that type of kiss that's not like, oh, you're home, or like, it's like, oh my god, just let me kiss you already because you're driving me insane. Stop this madness. So that's the type of kiss that I'm saying. So I feel like, to be completely honest with you, you're gonna have to probably make the first move with this person because they just are gonna keep chickening out. At least that's how I'm seeing it right now. Because they stop themselves. That's literally the only thing. They stop themselves. There's no other obstacle at all. Like, there's nothing that would make sense that could just be an impediment to whatever this is. So they're creating their own problems. So to be completely honest, because they don't want to admit to it. They don't want to do it. They're being childish. Like, so they may come off as like very mature or very collected, like I say, calm and collected, but they're not. Like I said, it's like they're truly like this Page of Cups that's like inexperienced, and their fish in the cup is going crazy and they're gonna drop it anytime soon. I'm being towards the beginning of the court cards, which is the page, knight, queen, and king. Like, towards the beginning, like I said, they're inexperienced, but they're just at the beginning of their journey. So like, they truly do have a lot to learn, but it's like they put up a front that's not the case. Does that make sense? Yeah, look at that. So they want to talk about that, but I don't think they will by themselves. So it might be on you to get this person just to stop being a chicken. Like, I keep saying chicken because that's truly like what I'm thinking of. Like, you're being a chicken. Like, there's no other reason for this. You're making your own life difficult, man. Like, so, yeah. So that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do all my videos up at the channel over there, and also in my community tab. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello for pile 1 with a seashell laser reading. This seashell, I know it has like a specific type, like a specific name, but I truly don't remember. So the reason that you saw me move around the charms in the beginning and actually, let them fall out and put them in each pile is because for this reading, I wanted to use the charms to give me some sort of idea about who this person is on top of this card. Just to give you a little bit more detail, help you out with whoever this is. So this seashell, it's broken. And the reason I have it on my charm set, even though it's broken, it's because to me this seashell in a way represents things from the past that may be affecting you right now, or trauma, or some type of unfinished business. I don't know why. Or maybe something that's kind of the feeling that I get from this charm when I use it. Or something that is truly not functional anymore, or has some defects, but you still decide to keep it anyway because it's still beautiful. So when I see this charm and I think of a person, I would say that this is someone that you have a past with. So this is not someone that's new. This may be a person who is an ex, who is an ex-lover, an ex-friend, someone that you had a falling out with. It doesn't have to have been like something horrible. Maybe you simply grew apart, but there's some sort of past with kind of unresolved business, in my opinion. So yeah, this person might be someone that, like I said, you haven't finished business with in some way. Maybe things didn't end on the correct note. Maybe there are things that still don't make sense that weren't talked about, and that's why they want to talk to you. So let's see, get more information about who this is. So you got environment. Oh, that's interesting. So that makes a lot of sense. So like I said, this person is someone that you have a past with. I don't think this person is close to you right now, physically, or like at least not in your close circles. So maybe, just to give you an example of what I mean, if that doesn't make sense, is that maybe they don't, maybe you used to live in the same place before, but they moved away, or maybe you moved away, so they're not in your physical environment. Or let's say they were part of your close friends, they're like your close group of friends, but something happened, maybe nothing too bad, maybe it was like a natural thing, but they kind of exited that group, so they're not in your close friend group anymore. They may be more like being regular friends or like acquaintances for whatever reason. So we'll see what they want to talk about in a second, but I really do feel like this person is not necessarily too close to you at this moment. And they may want, they want to talk to you about this because they kind of want to make a comeback of some sort. Doesn't mean that they want to stay in your life, but to me it does mean that there's something that they really want to talk about because it's been bothering them. If you look at this card right here, I always notice this in the cards, that it has these kind of rings around. It's like waves. So to me, this is like creating vibrations. So there's something that bothers them, that it continues to bother them, or there's just something that's not sitting right with them, and maybe it isn't with you either. So they kind of want to talk about whatever it is that went down. I feel like that's something that they want to do, and just either make sense of the situation, or give apologies where they're needed, and forgive where it's needed if that's something that they or you want to do, just to give them and maybe you as well peace of mind. So let's see exactly what it is they want to talk about, even though they already kind of told me something about it. Let's see, let me get you some cards. I really love that card. It's beautiful. So just something that's coming up. This may not be for everyone, but this person may have strong earth placements in their birth chart. They could be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Yeah, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Their sun sign, but this could also be other signs like their moon sign or their rising sign. But they may have like strong placements there, and that's why it's coming up. So Ace of Cups. Yep. This love potion, like if you can, I don't know if you can see that, but that says love potion. I didn't take that because it was too many. I'm just gonna let them, one of them fall out. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Which one? This one? The Magician? The World. Huh. Makes sense. That card came up in pile 1. But I shuffled, so I know that one is meant to be there. So this person most definitely wants to talk about feelings. So this I assume would apply a little bit better if they're like an ex, but this could also apply to a friend, where they still have some lingering feelings for you. This doesn't have to be romantic. Maybe if this is like a friendship type thing, maybe they still like you and they still want to hang out with you, or they really liked who you were as a person, so they don't feel negatively about you and they would really want to be in your life again, or they would really want to talk to you again. If there's like an ex, they definitely still have feelings for you, and even if it's like a friend, this could be a friend that had feelings for you, and either they said it and you rejected them, or they never said it. And that's what's bothering them so much. But yeah, there are feelings here from and on this person's part. They don't have to be romantic, but there's like a lot of feeling. So this could be obviously love, but also disappointment, confusion. There could even be some anger, but I don't feel like the more negative emotions are here present very strongly here. I do feel some disappointment though. So yeah. And then you have the Magician and the World. So I feel like they want to really talk about these feelings whatever they're feeling right now, and put an end, like a correct end to the situation. And by correct end, I feel like not an abrupt ending, not an ending, a culmination to the situation that is not satisfying for both parties. So they may still feel like they have something to talk about. They may feel like they still have something to say, and they would like to say that. And if that's the case for you to do that as well. So they really don't want this to eat at them anymore, because I feel like it's eating away at them a little bit. Like I said, it creates these vibrations. So it's something that really does bother them in like their daily life, or at least often enough where they're willing to talk about this with you. You may receive a phone call from them, which you honestly, I feel like you may find annoying, because you may be like me and you don't like getting phone calls. So yeah. So and so they were like, yeah, I like you, and I was like, yeah, I know, like I'm here in like my spirit team. And with the World card again, I don't feel like, if this is, you know, an ex or even like a friend, but specifically if it's an ex, I don't feel necessarily that they want to be in a relationship again. Or even if they do, they wouldn't like to do that right after this conversation. They want to end whatever tension and current dynamic there is. If there's something else that can come afterwards, they will be happy to deal with that, you know, to do that, whatever it is. Whether you want to be friends again, that's great with them. You know, acquaintances, or even if you want to date them, they'll be super happy with that. But even if like you would decide to go your separate ways, that's also okay with them. They really just want to put the situation to rest properly. Because sometimes, you know, you move away from people, you stop talking to people, but there's something that feels like it's not right. Like there's something else that needs to be said, and that's what they don't want to feel anymore. They don't want to feel like that's the case anymore. So at this point, they really just want to release the situation and move forward, whatever forward means, you know, whatever is next, they're fine with it. I keep seeing someone who, I'm seeing specifically a man. So I'm going to describe this man. It's not going to be for everyone, but if it is, you know, clearly for you, because I doubt I can describe everyone, and I'm seeing a very specific man. So I'm seeing a man with like short blonde hair. And I say short, I don't mean like buzz cut, like a little bit longer than that. Not too much, but a little bit longer. Like a buzz cut that you have had for maybe a month and it grows back. You know, a few short months, not too long of growth, right? And they have a beard. Not a long beard, just a very well kept beard. Beard and mustache combo, right? Same color as her hair. And they have like very bright blue eyes, like light blue. And they're wearing a flannel shirt that's a darker blue. And I'm pretty sure they're wearing jeans, but I can see the jeans. I can only kind of see them from like their chest up. They have very nice eyes. And I don't mean like nice eyes in the sense that they're pretty. They are pretty, but it's like they have a gentle eyes. Like you look at them and they have this very soft look to them. So yeah, this person may have a pierced ear. I'm saying like they have some type of earring. I don't know if they have it on both ears or if it's just one. I only see one right now, and I think it's their left ear, because I'm seeing them as if they were standing in front of me or sitting. It looks like they're sitting. And they have their shirt kind of rolled up to the elbow. They have hairy arms, but it's like blonde too. So yeah, so that's the person that I'm seeing. Obviously that's not going to be for everyone, but I have to say it if I'm seeing them. So that's interesting because nobody in in the first reading I did see something about the person, but I didn't see a full person like I'm seeing it for your reading. So yeah, this person, they give me very good vibes. Like if they weren't great in the past, the energy that they're giving me is that they have changed in some way. So I do believe that you need to take into account a person's past in order to, if you are going to keep them in your life. But people are able to change. And if you can see that change, I don't see why you maybe shouldn't give them an opportunity. I completely understand that's up to you. So I wouldn't tell you to, let them back into your life. That is completely up to you. That is your decision. Okay. And don't let anyone shame you into doing it if you don't want to. Okay, that's like the most important thing I will ever say in my entire life. Don't let anyone force you to have anyone in your life that you don't want. Okay, so this person is coming off very mature, so I don't feel like you're gonna have any issues with them. So again, they may call you quite unexpectedly, or you may actually see them in real life and then they decide to talk to you. I'm not feeling like a lot of text communication. It feels more direct, right? So yeah, that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do have my episodes of the channel over there, and also my community tab. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. I wish you the best of luck on your journey and much love to you. Bye bye.